Sistervention of our kind of people. Our kind of people. Y'all, I love this show. She came around that motherfucking corner all long and tall, strutting them motherfucking legs. I said, oh my God, and had that little long cigarette like how they had back then, and she was walking. I said, I know that. Girl, she turned around, and I was like, oh my God. She was strutting in there with Nikki, her daughter, and she looked over to Nikki, and Nikki was like, yeah, like they knew they looked good. And I said, I know that's right, mother and daughter, honey. Do it, y'all. And they did it, y'all. I just didn't understand about Nikki. You know, Nikki does the most. This bitch always putting 20 on 10. Like, all the time. With her facial expression. Like, what are you doing? Like, what I understand at the time, it was so scary. When she was up there talking to Angela about it, she was still traumatized. Like, how you had a situation that happened out in the street with your father. Like, I've had a situation out in the street happen with my father. You know what I'm saying? And you get over it. Nikki's always trying to act like she's so sensitive and like nothing needs to go on. Like, she can't take anything. Like, bitch, calm the fuck down. Like, it's people out here who really say, it's kids, y'all, younger than her, that I know of, that are really saying stuff in their household and going on. And you sit there and see your father, you know, get a little bit afraid when the police is coming and you all traumatized. All you had to do was take down the number, bitch. And then how many times you gonna ask for the number? You ain't get the number the third time when he told you. Like, I was just like, girl, you're doing too much. Nikki is so dramatic, y'all. She always putting 20 on 10. And then I'm just thinking to myself, Leah told me, we gotta be strong as black women. You know, we'll never show no emotion. We always remaining strong. Like, she always showing all the emotion and she don't be looking strong. So that was weird to me, y'all. Anyway, moving on. Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Sassy Shantice. I'm coming back with another video. Yes, honey, back with another one, girl. Y'all, get into this episode 8. Oh, my God. Y'all, we made it. Episode 8. I'm saying we made it like it's not over, but it's 8 episodes finally because they keep stopping. Y'all know they didn't have an episode last week, so yeah, I didn't review it. But yeah, this episode was really, really good, and it's called Sistervention, okay? And yeah, Sistervention. Y'all see my... They still in, girl. The Invisalign still in. And yeah, she survived this week, you know, at work. Putting them in, taking them out, putting them in, taking them out, you know, to eat and drink and everything else. Anyway, moving on, okay? So the episode starts off with Teddy having like a little breakfast for his birthday. It's his birthday. He is out of the hospital and yeah, the family has gathered around him. And Leah's letting him know that Raymond won't be attending because he's away in Boston for business, you know? Meanwhile, we already know she's salty with him because he kissed Alex. You know, she found out that he kissed Alex because Angela told her. And the elevator scene, you know? So, yeah, Lauren just rubbed me the wrong way when she was like, the daughter was like, so you just gonna not talk to my dad? And I just feel like, okay, bitch, that's not your business. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was when I grew up. Stay in your place. Don't be asking me shit about what I'm going through in my marriage. You know what I mean? I mean, go ahead and ask me about the relationship between me and your father. You know what I'm saying? But you can keep the attitude part. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm grown. I'm your mother. And you ain't got no business trying to act like you're checking me. You feel me? So, yeah, I ain't really like that about Lauren. But, yeah. So, Q, I think his name is Quincy. My big cousin's name is Quincy. My first cousin's name is Quincy. So, I think I remembered Q from that. So Q is like, look, we don't got time for all that. It's the player's birthday, okay? And then Teddy chimes in. He's like, yeah, let the player have his birthday and talk to your mother. And I was like, I know that, Teddy. Like, Teddy, he sounded better than Q. Like, Q couldn't even be like, player. You feel me? Like, Teddy really, really hit that joint like a black man. You feel me? Mother. So I thought that was cute. So Teddy and Leah are having a discussion, and Teddy is just basically telling her, you know, I know I haven't been there to pave the way for you, you know, and I know you've been working hard, you know, to have this business. And he's just like, look, I'm going to let you have full power to run this business, you know. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, anytime Teddy gives you something, you got to be suspect on it, you know what I mean? And I was just like, what is going on, you know? But I figured it out. Teddy knows that, you know, everybody knows he's sick now. And the shares, everybody's pulling out shares and really probably not going to be wanting to deal with the company and everything. And like she said, Leah said, the company is a mess, you know. And he was like, I'm sure you'll be the one to fix it. So, oh, now, bitch, you want to give her something that she got to fix and it's all messy. Like, I I was just like, okay. And then it could be another thing. Okay, now our family company is going down. So, Leah, why don't you try to fix it? Because, you know, they not really rocking with me right now. You know, like, and then on the other hand, they saying that, you know, Leah's saying that she's having a hard time because they're really not trying to deal with her. And I'm thinking because she a woman. So it's a couple things going on with that. You know, we'll figure out certain things later. But yeah, that's what's going on with that right now. So Tariq and Angela are laying in the bed. You know what I'm saying? After doing a little something bar. Okay, honey. So, yeah, they naked, you know, brown to brown skin, like they looking, you know, like a whole fucking snack girl. Like they just did the damn thing. And they laying around, and Angela just asked him, you know, how do you feel? How are you? And he like, you know, my father killed himself, you know, and basically, he died with the questions that I need answered. So, you know, I mean, I really don't know how to feel. And y'all, that's my question, you know. As far as Tariq and his father and the passion that he has, Angela too, you know, about her mother, did that just like all go away? Like, I don't like how it went away for both of them. Like, the storyline just totally flipped. I'm sure it's going to be good in the end, but like, how do you just lose that passion? He know his father did not kill himself, and he's fighting it inside, and that's the problem with Tariq right now. He's having a really hard time holding all of that in and keeping all of that in because he know his father did not kill himself. So he's upset, mad, and pissed. And yeah, Angela's like poking around, like trying to figure out how he is, and you can clearly see that he's annoyed and he's irritated, bitch, and you want him to talk about it. What the fuck else is it to say? He needs answers, you know. And now that you cool with Teddy, you're not even trying to creep around and figure out, you know, with him what's going on. So, you know, it's, and then you can't really blame Angela because that's her father. You know, people gravitate towards their parent that they never had a chance to have love from, and she's just enjoying that. So it's just a lot of stuff going on right now that I really want them to fix. And then on top of that, where is Pinky? Piggy, whatever her name is. I thought her name was Pinky, y'all. Then when I read it in the description, it said Piggy. But where the fuck is Piggy? They didn't even give like a small sentence. Like they cram everything in these shows, y'all. And they couldn't even tell Angela to say a little piece to Nikki saying, you know, Nikki, and then yeah, I'm a little bit upset because, you know, Pinky just rolled out. Like nothing was said, like a sentence could have been said about that. And Angela has said nothing. So I'm mad that they didn't touch on that too. So yeah, y'all, moving on. So y'all, Angela walks into Teddy's office and she looks gorge. Okay, honey, she looks so pretty. Like she looking at her sometimes with her little outfits in her hair, you know, and that's why I like to dress up. It is so fun being a girl, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so fun to turn it on when you're ready to turn it on. Because there's so many different types of hairdos. It's so many different outfits. It's so many different styles. Like, it is so fucking fun. And I really enjoy seeing Angela in this green, like, silky, like, dress. Like, it was kind of like this, y'all. Okay, girl? It wasn't stretchy like this, but it was like a whole piece. And it was, like, green and black. Really pretty green, really pretty black. And her hair was like in a huge, nice afro. Y'all know she be rocking them afros, honey. Okay, and it was like in a bob cut, and it just felt like right to her shoulders, like a little bit down. And she just was looking like boss when she walked in there. You know what I'm saying? And I was mad because Teddy could have been like, "Oh, you look really nice, daughter," or something, because that's what my father would have did, honey. He'd be like, "Baby, you look bad." Okay, daddy. My father always give me my props, y'all, and that's what I love about him. And on top of that, we're twins, so you probably saying that you look good too, because you know what I'm saying, like we look like each other. So Teddy basically shows Angela this really nice portrait. It's called Brothers, okay? And it's from 1944, and it's basically a piece of Black history, a Black history portrait. And it was a really special piece because it was made by artists back from the Harlem Renaissance. And the picture doesn't say much. It's one of those that you have to read into it. And basically, it says, it's like a, and y'all can look this up, but, you know, that's what I like about this show. It made me feel like I was back in Howard, because I did go to Howard, you know, y'all, for a semester work, okay? A bitch dropped out because it was expensive as fuck, you hear me? So yeah, that's when I found another place to go to occupational therapy school, girl, in Virginia. So in this picture, y'all, and I put the picture up because I just think this is really nice. And it's just so nice and enlightening to know about our culture and what people did back then. You know what I mean? So the portrait name is Brothers, and the artist's name was Malvin Gray Johnson. And he basically was an artist of the Harlem Renaissance. He made interesting portraits of African Americans, okay? So the picture, y'all, shows children's faces and shows no emotions. And the only hint of a relationship comes through the placement of the younger boy who leans in against the protective shoulder of the stronger older brother. So y'all, this picture was very influential back then. and a lot of artists, you know, just like really drove to it because it was just really inspirational to see how somebody could just draw something, and that's what that basically meant, you know. And it's just Black history. The person back then from our ancestry just drew what his heart desired on a piece of paper, you know what I'm saying? And I don't claim to get into like a lot of heavy stuff about that, but when I do come across stuff like that, y'all, you know, I know y'all see I'm a little playful, ratchet and everything else, but I do really enjoy like deep stories like this and just Black history in general and history in general, you know. So Teddy says that the piece has been in his family for years. His father bought it and gave it to Lewis, Teddy's older brother. And yeah, he just wants to buy it back to pay homage to Lewis because Lewis is now dead. And though he hasn't had the best relationship, that's what Teddy said, and we can all see that from yelling to your brother, basically from a dying state. When you was in a dying state and talking to Lewis, how you was like, go to hell when he said something you ain't like. So yeah. So after that conversation, y'all, Angela tells Teddy, you know, Tariq, and she trying to take up for her man, trying to get some answers for her man. You know, look, hook my man up because he's struggling. She like, look, Teddy, he's struggling, you know, about his father, and you know, it would be good if you could talk to him. And Teddy was like, I know, I can see that, and I will go and talk to him. So yeah, Teddy talked to him later, but y'all, Teddy got so much shit with him that, yeah. So Raymond is trying to, you know, stand up for himself, okay? Standing in the middle of his living room, talking to his wife. You know, he stormed in, he like, look, it's time for me to come home, and I've been out long enough. And I'm just thinking to myself, you look so stupid trying to explain in your living room. You know, this is how pathetic it can get when somebody cheats and they are put out of their own home. You feel me? And so, yeah, he just standing there and looking pathetic, and he just like trying to take up for himself. And he like, look, I've been out long enough. This is my house too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready to come back. And Leah's just looking at him like, bitch, she's not even really giving a fuck because she just feels like he lied to her, you know. And Raymond is like, look, you keep lying to me too because I know about our legacy. And then Leah told herself, oh, and then you go going through my things. I was like, oh my God, bitch, you're not going to say nothing about, you know, what the fuck our legacy is, or you just going off the wall. That's what niggas do too, y'all. Soon as you catch it, be like, oh, you went through my stuff. Like, are you serious? Is that the only thing that you got out of that conversation? The fact that I found it? Okay, girl. So then Raymond tells her, you know what? All you do is side with Teddy anyway. And Liv's like, oh yeah, okay, I need to go. And steps off. I'm like, okay, bitch, I know that's the fuck right. She like, look, you did too much. I don't want to hear nothing that I did. And right now it's not about me, honey. It's about you. And I need you to leave me alone right now. So I'm going to step off. So Raymond goes to meet Jack on the tennis court, okay? And he's telling him, yeah, I need you to work with me. He's telling Jack, I need you to work with me and sign these papers so we can do an audit on Franklin's company so I can figure out what's going on with Darman's company because he thinks it's under a shell company, y'all. And I did some research on that. Okay, a shell company is a fake company. A company where, you know, it's hidden from the feds. It could be used for a lot of money that's in an account and nobody knows. And so Raymond thinks that, you know, basically Darman is tied to our legacy company, LLC company, yeah, and hiding funds, basically. And so he's trying to get to the bottom of it, and he needs Jack's signature because they are partners in Darman company. And he's telling him, well, you doing too much. Like, Jack is like, you just doing too much. Look, I'm not even tripping for real. You standing there looking like some big pretty ball of stress. So let me looking like a big pretty ball of stress, and I was like chuckling a little bit because the man looked good and he did look stressed out. So I was just like, damn, Raymond, he hit you right on the nose because he was standing there all stupid looking, like pressing him out, and then Jack was all chill, all in his all white with the tennis outfit on and the tennis racket, just looking real chilled out. But he was like, look, you going to sign it to what? And he was like, why should I sign something like that? He said Teddy buying that company out was the best thing to happen to him. You know what I'm saying? He don't got to do most of the stuff he was doing before. You know, he got the same paycheck. He get the same perks. Like, he not even really tripping. You know what I'm saying? And he not really trying to work towards bettering, you know, himself or anybody around him. And basically, Raymond's like, look, it's serious to me. You know, I have a legacy to uphold, and I'm trying to pass this on to my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I was laughing at first at Jack. You know, it's like, I was sitting there kind of ignorant. I ain't even going to lie, but I said, I'm going to tell them anyway. Because he was like, you look like a big, pretty ball of stress. Because he was really stressed out. But at the same time, he had a right, honey, because we got to leave something. I wish I did have something to leave to my kids. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, if I can build, because I plan on building. I got my things in line that I have going on that I'm planning on building and giving back to my kids. I would love to do that, because you have got to set your kids up for success. And that's why I was kind of mad at Q for not wanting to get into the family business. But we'll talk about it, y'all. You know, I just want to know, even though you said you don't want to do the family business, bitch, okay, that's fine. Because he told Raymond that he not really trying to do the family business, and he just want to go venture off to other things. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, that's all well and fine, but what is plan B? Like, what is your plan? Give me something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to press you out no more if that's not what you want to do. You know, I got you in an internship to learn the business, to learn the Franklin Holdings business, not the Franklin Holdings, to learn the business, to learn Darman business, the family business, and you don't want to learn it, but what are you doing to do something else with yourself in your life? So that's all I would want to know, and that's what I was wishing that Raymond would have asked him when he came to him with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I know young people watch me, you know, talking everything, and I'm not against y'all when you say you want to do your own thing. I get it. I got you. I wanted to do my own thing. But y'all, at the end of the day, when you have something handed down to you, most people don't have that, and you have got to look into, you know, where could I benefit from with this? The child, on the other hand, is probably thinking, damn, I done seen this going with this, with my mother and father, this going with this. So they probably like turned off from it. You know, the whole thing, even wanting to, you know, keep running the business. All businesses are challenging. So the child has watched the whole time, their whole life, you go through all of this stuff just to make a piece of money. And they probably feel like, you know, I'm just not even trying to do that. I'm going to do my own thing, and life might be smoother for me. So I can understand that as far as a child, you know. But at the end of the day, hopefully the opportunity will still be there if you need a Q. You know what I'm saying? Because I just, you know, sitting back as a parent, you wish you can give your child something. And I really wish that I could give my child something now, my daughter something now, but it will be there later, honey. Trust and believe. It will be there later, because mommy is working really hard. So anyway, y'all, getting back to Jack and Raymond, Jack tells him, you know, he just grabs a piece of paper, the book of papers, and he throws it up on the little bench. And he like, yeah, I'll get my lawyers to take a look at it. He ain't even tripping, y'all. He wasn't tripping, and he could give a fuck because he's white on top of that. Like, you know, he probably got white privilege all his life. Something is always going to be handed down to him. Like he just gave a business up to Teddy. He don't give a fuck. He probably got some shit coming down the pipeline that we don't even know about. Like, Jack looks like your average white man. He good. And he is not tripping. And he got the best of life, and he going to keep it. So Angela goes to see Leah, her sister, okay, honey, at Franklin Holdings. And she can tell that her sister's a little down still, you know, about, you know, Alex kissing her husband, Raymond. And Leah's like, look, you know, fuck all this work that you doing. This shit can wait. And Leah's like, no, I got to do this. What do you mean? Then Angela's like, look, no, fuck all this. We're leaving, and we're going to have a Sistervention, okay? And I love it. Like, me and my sisters need a Sistervention. Me and my one sister, we had a Sistervention. It felt like when I told y'all we went to Kings Dominion over the summer, and we had a fucking ball. You feel me? Like, we was eating everything, we was drinking everything. We didn't give a fuck about no calories, no not that we worry about calories anyway, but eating fatty foods. We was drinking all the sodas. We was just doing everything under the sun. We didn't give a fuck, eating all this candy, cotton candy, all this stuff, and we just let out here and they give a fuck and had fun and was screaming, all on the roller coaster. So I felt like that was an intervention for us, a sistervention for us, and yeah, we had a ball. And y'all, if you don't have no sisters, even with your friends, go do that shit, because it's so important for you to just rip yourself away from that circle of working and do you and be happy. And they decided to go poolside, you know what I'm saying? So they sitting at the pool, and you know, Liz just lets Angela know, yeah, I'm not into the girl talk, just like off the break. I'm like, damn, bitch. And Angela's like, look, let's just have a drinking game, okay? I ask you a question and you drink, and then you answer a question and then I drink, and then no matter what, I'll keep on drinking. You feel me? So yeah. And I thought that was cute. And Leah is always saying something funny and trying to like push her in the just like down to earth way, you know, just to try to pull out of her, bitch, relax, you know. And Leah always seems to be able to relax around Angela, and I love it. I love them being sisters. That's why I can't all the way, you know, get mad at the fact that, you know, they're not going at each other's throats. Now, I don't really like them going at each other's throats, but I want Angela to find out about, you know, her mother. And, you know, I'm glad that Leah stopped going at her neck, because that was your sister, bitch. So, yeah, I'm glad you know, let up on that, because that wasn't right. Angela's like, you know what, I'll go first. She just tells her that, you know, Tariq is using sex to deflect from talking, you know, and he's doing everything else with her tongue, like he's trying to fuck everywhere instead of talking about the situation. And like I said, bitch, how much talking can you do? Like, what are we talking? Bitch, you already know. I don't really have patience for when somebody want to keep talking. Like, we got to do action sooner or later. And I guess Tariq feels like there's nobody else to give answers from. So, yeah, it's just frustrating for him, and I can understand it, but there's no reason to keep on trying to have these conversations. Like, we already talked about it, bitch. You already know what it is, you know? His drug of choice is sex. You lucky he's not going out trying to fuck somebody else. You know, he's frustrated, he's mad about his father, and he wants to fuck and get it off his mind. If that's the way he want to express himself, just let him. Good Lord, because it could be something else, you know. So Leah tells Angela, you know, she been knowing Tariq for a long time. Just give him some time and don't push, you know. And that's what I just said. Like, why do you keep on saying, like, we need to talk? It's nothing to talk about. You know what it is. I know what it is. And I'm stuck in this situation. It's nothing for me to do, and it's nothing that I can't do. So that's frustrating in itself. So why keep saying it and talking about it? Leah tells Angela, yeah, we don't have no problem with sex either. You know, we just always had a good sex life, you know, but right now we're having problems with communication. So y'all, Jack walks up, okay, and I'm just like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So he basically, you know, y'all know he was the one who kissed her, you know, on the sneak, and she didn't even see it coming. So he was apologizing for that, and she was like, yeah, you know, you was wrong with that. And he was just like, you know, basically it's always been something between us, you know that. And I was just like, okay, Leah was really looking like she was melting down in her seat about it, like she had something going on for him too. Like, I was just like, okay. So he was like, you know, here's my key, and gave her his key to his bungalow, I think, or whatever. He getting his house remodeled, so the key to his hotel. And he was like, you know, she was like, what am I supposed to do with that? And he was like, do what you want to do, Leah. Okay, like, damn, okay, if it's something that you want to do, you know. And I was just like, okay, like, he was offering you a bitch, so are you going to take it, honey? Like, let's see what's going to go on, girl. So Teddy is on the phone with Raymond. He like, look, I guess you out of the doghouse, you know, with my daughter, okay, honey? But yeah, I don't do that over in these parts, you know. You very lucky for her letting you in that fast. I'm not so forgiving, you know what I'm saying? You caused my little girl a lot of trouble and heartache, and yeah, that's not who I am. And Teddy let him know, you know what? Mess up again and see what happened, you know what I mean? Because even Leah won't be able to save you. I said, ooh, okay, girl, like, damn. And Raymond, y'all, he wasn't even phased. He was like, you know what? You ain't nothing but a master puppeteer, okay? And then on top of that, my wife might be mad at me for now, but at least I ain't lonely. At least I don't got to pull strings for people to be around me, okay? I said, oh, damn, he landed on thick. And y'all, Teddy's face was like, his face was hurt. He looked like he was hurt. Girl, y'all, he called him a miserable, lonely, pathetic old man. I said, woo, y'all, yeah. But Teddy was hurt. Like, he was really hurt with that. And he said some short shit to try and make himself feel better. But I said, shit, you gonna think about that shit when you get off the phone. I know he was, you know, because his feelings was hurt. So Nate and Nikki are having a daddy-daughter's day. And they've gone to get Nate something for Teddy's birthday tonight. The 1920s Harlem Renaissance whole little look. So they went to get him something. And they're walking on the boardwalk. And they're just talking, and all of a sudden, Nate sees police coming up. You know, they pull up, and they're walking towards them. Excuse me, y'all. So he gets, like, in PTSD mode. He starts having a panic attack and starts telling his daughter, Nikki, you know, call this number, start reciting the number, saying that it's Teddy's lawyer's number, and if something goes down, then go ahead and call that number. Like, and she was like, what's the number, Daddy? What's the number, Daddy? And he was like, 555, trying to say something, and she kept saying, what's the number, Daddy? What's the number? And after a while, y'all, he was just like zoned out, looking dead at them, and so fucking afraid that they was coming for him. Like, Nate was lunching. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, damn, like, that must be how it feels when they've come to get you, and then you see some police, you know, somewhere. You know, after you already had that type of altercation with them, you know, because they can physically just come get you and take you to jail. You know, so I can understand where he was upset about that. So Tariq apologized to Teddy about, you know, his heart attack, because he felt like the conversation that they was having at the time about his father's death, you know, kind of like made Teddy go into a heart attack. So he was apologizing like that, and we all know that's not, what it was. It was the fact that Teddy was taking those pills for his tremors, and that he was overtaking them. He was over medicating, so that's why he had the heart attack. It's not because of the conversation. So Teddy was basically saying, I apologize too for not telling you about your father's suicide for so long. Like, he had to stress that, y'all. And I'm just like, okay, Teddy, like, I don't know, goddamn, I'll even put some money on the fact that, y'all, that is not what happened. You know what I'm saying? Not how Teddy is, not how he go. That's not how it happened. And Tariq is very, set on the fact that my father would have never done that to himself. So Teddy ends up telling him, he can take the bid on the stadium. He can write, he wrote the proposal up for him, and it's his opportunity to try and get the stadium as his own business, So Tariq tells him, thank you and everything. And he just it's not usual like Tariq would be like, oh, thank you, man. That's really nice. And I appreciate it. It was just like, yeah, thank you. It was cold. It was just something that he knew he had to give Teddy back. And yeah, they hugged it out. And, it was just weird. It just, Tariq, I could tell his heart was somewhere else. And he would rather not keep going on with it because it's just really starting to piss him off. So Raymond and Leah are in their bedroom, y'all. And they are getting ready, honey, okay? And they are looking so, y'all, they are looking like black excellence. Like, I didn't even know what was going on at the time, but the next scene, it showed what they were getting ready for. And they was getting ready, y'all, basically for the Harlem Renaissance themed party for Teddy. And yeah, everybody came showing out. Okay, but anyway, they are in their room, Raymond and Leah, and Leah's makeup is on 1,000. You hear me? Like, her makeup is beat, honey. Okay, and I don't even wear makeup, but when I see certain faces that makeup is laid and somebody did the damn thing, I could tell. You know what I'm saying? And her makeup was off the chain. I want me a burgundy lipstick like that. It was so pretty. And then, her head, you couldn't see her head yet. You know what I'm saying? But her makeup was flawless. And then, y'all, okay, y'all, Raymond looked like a grown goddamn man. Like, this nigga, and I just got cheese. You feel me? Because Raymond did the damn thing, honey. Okay? And I've never liked him. What is his name? I forgot. I should know his name. But he's playing in all the best man movies, all the little movies back then in the early 90s where he was all of that. And I hated him. You know what I'm saying? I hated him so much. I thought that, all the women was always drooling over him. And, his look, I like roughneck looks. You know what I'm saying? And his look was all posh and everything. But y'all, now, honey, this nigga, I guess I can appreciate, how a grown man looks, y'all, and Raymond looked good, honey, okay? He had the, 1920s, Harlem themed little bracelet wrapped around them goddamn muscles, girl, with that white, shirt. And he just looked good. I can't even, and then when he went to the party, I'm going to put some pictures up, okay? Anyway, he is trying to get something off of the little ottoman that they have, that they're sharing. And Leah's purse, falls over. And the guy's card, Jack's card comes out. And y'all, I think that Raymond saw that. I think Raymond saw it, and leave it down in the comment if y'all think Raymond saw it. Y'all, I rewinded 3 times because why did he go into Jack's room like that? You know what I'm saying? Maybe, no, he didn't steal the key. So, I don't know. It just looked like to me, he didn't steal the key because Lauren found the key at the end, remember? But, yeah, I just was looking like he looked like, it looked like he knew something. I could be wrong. Tell me, y'all, if y'all think he saw that key or not, just let me know. But anyway, so she rushed all off the chair. She was like, oh, yeah, no, I get it all hot. Girl, the way she was acting all hot, I be like, well, what the fuck is in that bag? You know what I'm saying? I would have asked her off the break, but you doing too much. Anyway, so they get to the party, y'all. Y'all, the party is looking good, honey. First of all, okay, Angela and Leah walked in, honey, and y'all, I wish I could give what Leah was giving when she cut that motherfucking corner, girl. She had that damn straight up, y'all, I'm sure, but she's tall in her own way. Her torso is short, but her, I don't know, it's something about it that's long, but maybe she's taller than I think. She came around that motherfucking corner. She was leaned back. in that like 1920s dress with her little like shimmery frills all over, the sequins, you know, her little finger waves, the color of her skin was matching like the colors of the finger waves, but it was like a deeper type of brown. Before that, they showed Raymond, okay? And I'm gonna put a picture up. Raymond look good, y'all. Y'all see his hat? He had the little glass like here, looking over at Teddy, because y'all know him and Teddy had just gotten into it, but they looked at each other like, yeah, nigga, I see you. You know what I'm saying? And Teddy had the little, he looked like some type of magician hat on. Like, Teddy just looked dumb to me, but Teddy is Teddy and he ain't dumb. Like, Teddy don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? And Teddy, in his own right, he looked alright. You know what I'm saying? But he just wasn't getting honey. Not like Raymond, and the baby father was looking good too. Y'all, I'm gonna put a picture of him. Y'all, he was sitting over there, not sitting over there, he was standing over there with his coat hanging, draped over his shoulder. He was just like looking over, when Angela came in and Nate and Nikki came in, he was just looking like, I said, y'all black people is doing too damn much in this party, honey. They was looking so good. Black excellence, y'all, at its finest. You know, the 1920s, I told my husband, the 1920s had it going on, y'all. I looked that era up, and y'all, just so happened that the reason why they look so good, because they had just came from like overalls, all this like stuff that just wasn't fashionable, and they finally got their hands on like some type of different materials and stuff like that, y'all. They started hooking it up in the 20s, y'all, and they came out, y'all, and they was not playing. So yeah, this whole episode was off the chain, and I love the fashions in it, the fashions from 1920s, 30s, and 40s. So Tariq, y'all, I forgot to say about Tariq. So Tariq, I don't know, he was looking all right. My husband was like, yeah, that's the one from back in the day. And he was, you know, saying how the jacket went a certain type of way. You know, I just didn't like Tariq's jacket. It was all wide and big. And then he just looked like that lady's friend or husband, whoever, from Roger Rabbit. You know, I was just like, I wasn't feeling it. The green was pretty, you know, but I just wasn't feeling it. But Tariq, he was psyched. You know, it seemed like he was getting a little fried, or he was a little drunk. He walked over to Angela, and he was like, hey, Angela, all pressing up against her and shit in a sexual way. She was like, oh, okay. She kind of pushed back. He was like, what's wrong with you? She was like, oh, we need to talk. He was like, talk? We at the party? Like, I'm trying to have fun. He getting all like, he was like, hey, y'all, who trying to have some fun? We in here. We at the party. We trying to have some fun. Like, I was like, oh, my God. Tariq is in this bitch getting fried, and I just don't even want to see what's going to happen at the end. But we saw what happened at the end, and it wasn't good. Because Angela wrong. Like, bitch, really? Okay, moving who in? Like, we'll talk about it, y'all. So Angela was like, okay, calm down. So he got all loud like that and stepped up. Everybody was just looking like, damn, like, Tariq, you did too much. Like, you could calm down. Like, he embarrassed the fuck out of Angela. So Angela walks off. Here come Nate right behind her, and Nate is telling her, you know, did you hear about, he was like, he did say something about Tariq, and, you know, I see y'all, you and your man got something going on. She was like, no, he alright. So Nate was basically telling her, you know, did you hear about what happened with me and Nikki when we went out the other day? And she was like, no, what happened? He was like, the police was involved. He's just like, look, I freaked out, you know what I'm saying? And I think she's upset. Angel was like, no, she's strong. She'll be able to handle it, you know, and I'll talk to her. You know, and the whole while I'm thinking, you know, y'all been watching, because if Tariq see y'all over there talking like that, and the way he up there leaning in and everything, like, Tariq gonna come over there and blow your motherfucking spot up, girl, and like, yeah, because then on top of that, Tariq, you did too much. You know that her baby father's there, and you blew up the spot like that and gonna walk off like a bitch. But I guess, you know what, Tariq don't even see nothing between Angela and Nate. Like, he not even checking for none of that shit, because he's so fucked up about the situation with his father. So yeah, Tariq has checked out, and he really ain't saying what's going on. Q runs over to Teddy and tells Teddy, you know, the press, they over there trying to get an interview, and, you know, they trying to interrupt the party. So Teddy like, well, no, I need to handle this right now. You know, he about to be Teddy up this bitch. So he get over there, and they like, surprise! And the girls are going to do a dance back then. It's called the Lindy Hop. So it's basically a dance. I researched that too. A dance that happened back in the 1920s and 30s, I think. 30s or 40s. And it derived in New York City, Harlem, New York. And it's basically like a jazz dance, and it's the two-partner dance. So it's a nice dance. They just hopping around and everything with each other, flipping each other and all that. So it's that dance. They're going to do that. So they did that dance. That dance was really nice. Teddy was hopping around, you know, with Leah, and hopping around with Angela individually. And then so everybody was hopping around Teddy while he was sitting down, and everything was going on. It was really, really nice. And after they done, you know, you could see they showed Tariq over there just like with his drink looking fried at this point. Tell me something. Because he got an attitude, because now all y'all buddy, girl, but I don't know any answers, you know what I'm saying? And everybody just acting like they such a family now, and y'all some shit. So Lauren, y'all, catches her mother staring over at her father, you know. Leah's staring over to Raymond, and she's looking hurt, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that she just, like, in her mind thinking a bunch of stuff about Alex and how they kiss and everything. And Lauren walks up and she's like, you know what, Mom? I know you're upset, and if that happened to me, you know, I would be upset too. Leah just looks at her and like, you know, no, I got this. I'll be fine. And walked off like she all strong. And I'm just like, okay, girl. So now, okay, Leah is sitting in her, what is it called? An E53 AMG Mercedes Benz, y'all, okay? And yeah, that's my dream car, Benz. I will give me one day before I die. Before this bitch right here die, she gonna get a Benz, okay? Or I'm going to get me a Porsche truck. I've always wanted a Porsche truck, but I think I want to get me a Benz. Either one I'm going to get before I die. And but I got to get me the house of my dreams first, and then I'm going to get the car. But anyway, Leah's sitting in the car outside of Jack's hotel room. And I'm just like, oh, shit, come on, Leah. You ain't no weak-ass bitch. I know you ain't no weak-ass bitch. Like, not all that you got going on, you going to step out to be a weak-ass bitch and go ahead and cheat in your marriage. Like, yeah, watch it, girl, okay? That's not for everybody, okay? It's not for everybody. That it may not be no coming back to from that one. So, yeah, I was thinking to myself, ooh, girl, you better watch it. So, she basically invites Angela. You see Angela gets in the car. And this car is bad as shit. Like, you could tell how the seats just sit up, how they were sitting up, the motherfucking leather, the color. The car is just bad ass. You know what I mean? So they sitting there, and she telling Angela, look, I could just go in and just, like, fuck my whole marriage up. You know what I'm saying? And Angela was telling her, you know what, you stronger than that. You know, and be strong. And so they went through this whole thing about talking about how, you know, she needs to be more honest with her husband, Raymond, and tell him when she's hurting or when she can't do something for the Darman business because she's not in control, and just stop trying to be such a, you know, strong black woman and just tell the truth instead of the lies to cover up the fact that you trying to look strong, you know. So they had that conversation, and yeah, basically she said she told Raymond that she would help him get Darman's company back, and she couldn't do it because once Teddy realized that she was trying, he put up all these stops so she couldn't. So she couldn't tell Raymond at that point that she couldn't do it. Like, off the break, I had to tell my husband, look, my father being petty as shit, I'm trying, but the nigga putting all types of stops up, and I can't do nothing about it, so yeah, this is what it is. I'm not going to keep on acting like, you know, I guess that's what the rich do, though, because at that point, they so big and famous and powerful that they feel like, maybe she eventually felt like she could work her father to get it, but you got to see what's really going on. And on top of that, that's Teddy, bitch. I would have been like, look, nigga, it ain't nothing happening on that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to go another angle together and getting this business back because Teddy ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? He's watching everything, and I can't do it. So she just saying how she did that, and Angela's basically telling her, look, you got to be honest with your husband. That's the best thing to do. You're looking at it as a form of, if I can't do something that I said I would, then I look weak. No, you look weak when you can't come tell him the truth and be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's what looks weak. So I thought that was a good piece of advice that Angela gave Leah. And yes, she went with it later on. Leah and Raymond had a conversation. And Raymond was just like, basically, you know, how did we get here? You know, and they just had like a flat out, it just seemed like real honest and down to earth conversation. And she was like, look, I apologize. You know, I really thought I could get Darman back for you, but you know, Teddy was making it hard for me. He was like, why you ain't just come and tell me? She was like, I don't know. You know, I don't know, but I will do better in the future. And so, yeah, they had that conversation. He was like, well, I'm going to go, so you can go ahead and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, who said anything about going to sleep? And he was like, oh. I was like, do the thing, honey, because it ain't nothing like making up and then doing the damn thing, okay? So they went on and, you know, handled their business or whatever, and I just thought that was cute. So Q sneaks up to Simone's room, the head maid's granddaughter, because she's there for the summer. So he sneaks up to her room, And he's telling her, look, I took your advice as far as, you know, standing up for myself, that I don't want to do the internship as far as the Diamond Company, you know. And I'm just thinking to myself, why did you listen to this little bitch? Because first of all, she don't come from that. You know what I'm saying? Her grandmother is a maid, you know, and for her to come and tell, I would have been mad, you know what I'm saying? For her to come and tell my motherfucking son, bitch, you don't come from none of this shit, so you don't know what he could possibly get to make his life better. So how you gonna tell somebody to just let their internship go and not do it? And then Q did it. Like, that was weird to me, how you can be, he was really excited when he came in the door and telling her about it and everything. She was like, I thought you wanted to be your own man. So I was just like, kind of looking at Q sideways. Plus on top of that, we don't even see him like that, so I can't really read him out. But anyway, the grandmother taps on Q like, look, we ain't having none of this. You need to get your ass the fuck out. And yeah, this conversation is over. And so, what Simone whispered to him, like, I'll meet you there or something like that. Because he basically, I didn't even tell y'all, he basically invited her to a bonfire, an after party bonfire on the beach. So somebody knocks on Jack's door, okay? And Jack is like, yeah, without even turning around, yeah, come on in, I gave you the key, y'all. And when he turns around, it's raining, okay? So he like, yeah, what happened with, you know, signing the papers? He was like, oh, I gave the company over to Teddy. My share of the company over to Teddy. And he like, you know what, I knew, Rain was like, you know what, I knew I shouldn't have trusted your ass, you know? And he was like, you know what, well, since we're over and we're not partners anymore, what about that Fox, your wife? Yeah, I always was looking at her or something. And right in the middle of him acting like he was going to step to that man's wife because it was over, man, Raymond just lit into that ass. He started fucking Jack up. And I said, I know that's right, because you don't play with nobody wife. Y'all, these niggas out here don't play about, do not say nothing about nobody goddamn wife, or they will two-piece your ass. You hear me? Like, don't do it. I know my husband get real pissed off. It better not be nobody to say nothing about his wife. They don't play that shit. You know, I put a post up one time on Facebook. I was like, y'all, wives are like little sisters to husbands. Like, they protect us at all costs. You feel me? So, yeah, I knew where Raymond was coming from with that, because my husband would have probably did the same fucking shit. Like, they don't play when it comes to their wives. They will kill a motherfucker when it comes to their wife. That's like their little sister. They take care of that bitch. I'm serious. He was pissed the fuck off. He beat the fuck out of Jack. Jack was on the floor. He was bleeding and all this shit. He thought he was going to get up. That motherfucker just laid right back down. Because, bitch, you doing too much. You did too motherfucking much. So I said, oh, my God. So next thing, y'all, they show Leah talking to Nate. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Because, first of all, yeah, Nikki and Angela had a conversation. And I'm just going to say what it was right here and there, because Nikki be blowing me. And I don't even feel like talking about her right now. But anyway, Nate and Angela have a conversation, because he comes in. She like basically telling him, and I'm like, what the fuck? This comes like all left field. What is going on? She tells him she thinks that Nikki and Nikki think that it's a good idea for him to move into their house. Bitch, what? Where is this even fucking coming from? She's talking about something, yeah, because isn't she like 16 or 17? Bitch, she good. She talking about yeah, it would be good if her and him could raise Nikki together. Bitch, she already raised. What are you talking about? If they could raise her together because she really needs the two of them. Are you serious? Your daughter going through all that because she went through a situation out in the street by her father, and now all of a sudden her father need to come and live in the house with y'all. On top of the fact you fucking Tariq all over the place, because you talking about how you and Tariq always fucking. What is Tariq gonna think about you moving this man? And I don't understand what the hell is going on with Angela. Like, girl, what are you doing? That don't make no sense at all. So he up there acting like he gonna renege. No, I don't wanna come in here like I'm doing a handout or nothing. And she like, it's not a handout, we're your family and this and this and that. So I guess he agreed, you know, shit. He agreed to that shit. Next thing you know, here comes Tariq, and Tariq is fried. You hear me? Tariq is fried from the Harlem Renaissance theme party, honey. And he came in, that motherfucker like, yeah. You know somebody come in, a dude, y'all, back in the day, when they come in, they ready to fight. Tariq saw them hugging up on each other when he came in, that motherfucker, he said, yeah. So you wanted to talk to Angela? I said, oh shit, and this nigga fried to his ass. You hear me? I said, oh shit. Angela's like, look, you need to leave. And Nate is like, yeah, you need to leave. How the fuck you gonna be treating Tariq like that? Angela, trifling, okay? So then Tariq like, what? He stepped up, he was like, what? Say that to my face. And like, yanked at him. I said, oh my God. And Nate was like, shit, you know that nigga from prison. He ain't jumping off the dumb shit like that. He ain't no bitch. He was like, you know what? You ain't even worth it. And then Tariq was like, you know what? Neither one of y'all worth it. And he leaves. I said, I know that's right because, y'all, I don't know how this is about to go, but Angela is crazy for this shit. And she not even thinking about her relationship. This shit on top of that, to be honest, it's so unrealistic because nobody is going to have a boyfriend like her and Tariq supposed to be close, and you just move your baby father in who just got out of jail. Like that, on top of that, he has a place to live. He's staying in a whole fucking mansion. So he's good, you know? But anyway, y'all, that is my review for this episode. For episode 8, Sistervention of Our Kind of People. Our Kind of People. Y'all, I love this show. So, y'all, I will see y'all, ladies and gents, next time, okay? Later. Bye.